Oh, trouble.
Trouble, turn 4. Hard crash. Jeffrey Earnhardt, 77.
Everybody behind you crashed.
24, Jason White. Travis Pastrana in the 60. And Robert Richardson in the 23.
We'll see right here.
Yeah, you can see right here's Travis Pastrana, and the intensity level was just really getting up there. Everybody trying to make a hole.
You can see he's trying to follow his teammate Trevor Bayne to the inside there, who had made a move to the inside. He was trying to get there and just wasn't quite clear of Go Witt in the 44.
A pretty hard lick for both Jason White and Travis Pastrana.
Yeah, and for Jason White, what you get is you're getting hit plus slammed into the wall and not.
Flag is in the air. Who's going to win it? Oh, trouble. Austin Dillon spins. Kurt Busch wins. Oh, a hard hit. Oh, another hard.
Pick him up and push. And speaking of pushing, a lot of that happening right here at the end.
A couple of hard hits here for Austin Dillon. One right here. That's Kyle Busch. Fortunately got him in the front wheel instead of squaring that door. And then that one.
Wow. It's like Robert Richardson just
no
trying to
place
figure out
to go.
which one that was. That was a hard lick for both of those guys.
You see Josh Richards, 39 and 80.
It looks like Joey Logano has been so good at pushing, may end up winning. Oh, crash in the back. At the stripe, the win goes to Logano, and look at the carnage behind. See what happened on this last lap crash.
Well, that's just the last lap of a race. So you can see Mike Wallace kind of got separated. He tried to block and pick up a little bit of air. He and Danica got together, and then that just created a big mess.
Ain't seeing that many good race cars get torn up right at the finish. Heartbreaking.
And remember, for Joey Logano, as we take another look at it, he wins after starting at the rear of this field.
Yeah, and had to go back there again after having a spin on the backstretch and pitted too early. Had to go to the back of the pack then also.
There's another look at all the carnage, the flames on the 88. Let's go on more racing duo.
Trouble.
Keselowski has spun and coming back onto the track and gets tagged.
That's a hard lick right there.
Heavy damage to that whole right front corner on the 22 of Brad Keselowski.
Like Josh Wise in that 39.
And Josh, the whole front end of that Mustang is just shoved back.
I see a little jockeying by Landon Castle. Actually kind of made an abrupt move in front of Keselowski. We saw that on the back straightaway too.
And then, wow, what a hard hit.
Well, Josh Wise just nowhere to go and just piles in there.
Yeah, it looked like Todd Bodine ended up with some damage on the front of his car there. I believe that's who that was that came in and got into the back of Josh Wise then.
From high above in the blimp. You're right, Landon did just come down a little too much.
Big opportunity race tonight.
It's fun to see new names among the leaders, and I gotta say that this type of racing, 3 wide, which is going to end up, here we go.
The big one.
And we anticipated it. 3 wide wasn't going to last.
Nicole, I kept telling you.
You did. You were right. We just waited a little bit longer.
Look at the carnage. The accident happening right at the front of that big snarling pack. 3 wide, maybe 4 wide, gone wrong in turn 2.
Yeah, I think this might have come as the leaders were trying to make a swap there.
Clint Boyer, James Busher, Mike Wallace. There's so much. Kevin Harvick.
And then it just looked like the hole narrowed up.
Cole Whitt.
Looks like Mike Wallace went down to the bottom and caught Busher. And everybody piles in.
And like you said, Dale, trying to affect that switch. And while they were hung in the middle of the track, Busher went for the hole at the bottom.
Yeah,
closed up.
Yeah, probably 10 miles an hour faster. And James Busher was just there. He had the spot there, but just didn't quite have enough room to make it through.
But everything around him is chaos. Oh, there it is. Contact. Austin Dillon turned into the middle of the pack.
Hold her straight. Hold her straight. Keep rolling if you can. Keep rolling here. Keep rolling.
The big wreck with 5 laps to go.
Net. He's right behind Dillon as they enter the corner.
You can see that that's Elliott Sadler that he's pushing, gets him a little bit loose and goes up and clips the left rear of the 3 of Austin Dillon.
See, Dillon got it from both sides. Hit the wall pretty hard. And looked like Jeffrey Earnhardt came up the racetrack right there on his left side.
See the damage to the 43 as he turned and sent him head on into the wall with a hard hit. Johanna Long there with nowhere to go. Al Martin also in the 44.
And somehow, Travis Pastrana had that happen all around him.
You see the hard lick from Jeffrey Earnhardt into the left side of Dillon. Pastrana did a great job through this. There was a lot going on around him.
Crash in turn 1.
Huge crash, unbelievable crash.
Kyle Busch got into the back of Kasey Kahne. Kahne got turned into the wall as Busch tried to change lanes. And a lot of cars are really torn up. Yes.
Oh, some heavy hits.
It's the big one.
You're going to see Kyle Busch and Kasey Kahne. They're up near the front right here.
Kyle on the outside.
Kyle's
Kahne
on the outside.
middle.
Kahne in the middle. Kahne comes up. And Kyle goes down. I think it's more like Kyle went down and Kahne went up. They make a little light contact right here when Kyle looks like he's getting a push from Marcus Ambrose. Starts to move to the outside and catches the back of the 5 car Kahne and sends him around. You see Jamie McMurray, and there goes the 29 of Harvick.
Hamlin got hit by
Brian Vickers in it now.
Yeah, Hamlin's car. Vickers, Ruderman,
the 70.
Stewart.
Martin Truex Jr. in 56 just basically all but stopped to keep from getting in it. Jeff Burton, you just had talked about him in the 31.
Danica Patrick, Gilliland, here it is again.
Yeah, you just gets on that right rear corner, and then Kasey comes off corrects and comes right into the side of the 18 car of Kyle Busch, and then it's on from there.
Yeah, a lot of
16.
A lot of drivers running from 3rd on back were involved in that.
Boy, Danica Patrick does a nice job of avoiding contact. Second with a push from Gordon. Oh, Kahne! Kahne gets around, slides across the track. Dillon misses him. More carnage down toward turn number 1. Montoya, Harvick.
A real low apron.
All with damage as the caution comes out. Watch on the outside, the number 5, the blue car, and behind him, the yellow number 18.
Yeah, the 18 just got down on that inside, caught the left rear corner of the 5 car. That's a real vulnerable spot, and gave him a little tap and sent him sailing.
What a close call for Joey Logano in that 22. He was all the way down in the grass and dodged it.
Yeah, these guys on further down the track, they really got in it afterwards when people were slowing down.
Kahne sideways, comes across the nose of Montoya. Logano misses him.
And Darrell, that was coming out of that trioval where you're running so fast with very little banking to hold you.
Somebody got into the back of Kevin Harvick's number 29, sending him down and then up into Stewart.
6 Toyota drivers, remember, they were some of the
trouble
first.
turn 1, guys.
One car down, spinning. Trevor Bayne up to the wall, collects another. That is Carl Edwards. The 5th wreck that Edwards has been involved in this spring. the 34 of David Reagan involved, and that's the 35 of Riverside, California's Josh Wise. We're under caution for the 4th time today. Brad Keselowski on the outside of Carl Edwards. Rudeman just ahead.
See what happens here. I just looked up, I guess it was the 2 car I saw going, it looked like he was down on the apron sideways. Ooh, looked like possibly.
But it looked like they started accordioning up in front of Brad Keselowski.
Very similar to what we saw at the start of the race, Larry. Just somebody slowed up a little bit and it caused that accordion effect.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in 17, he just basically stopped